Hi guys, welcome to Emoyi YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please make sure you subscribe now and click on the like icon below. Osanyin, also called osain, is the orisha of all plant life, healing and magic. He is known as a powerful wizard and master of all spells and crafts found in the wild and the untamed areas of nature. The properties of herbs and plants are recognized for both their spiritual and physical qualities. It is believed that the force that drives the universe in part, located in plants. Those with the knowledge of plant life and their power can unlock their ash. The rites indigenous to the faith of the Yoruba cannot exist without the plants and herbs provided by Osanyin is depicted as a disfigured, impish man, with one eye, one hand, 1 feet, one tiny ear that can hear a pin drop, one enormous ear that hears nothing. He stores all his magic in a calabash that is hung high in a tree, out of reach. Osanyin's knowledge and dominion over plant life is often told and retold in the sacred texts of the Ifat. Osanyin was a lame orisha, missing a leg and arm, and blind in one eye. But his older brother Urunmila wanted Osanyin to feel worthy, so he arranged to leave Osanyin on the farm early in the morning with the instruction to pull weeds from between rows of crops. When Urunmila returned in the evening, he found his younger brother in the middle of the field crying, without having pulled a single weed. Upon asking his brother why he was weeping and why he had not completed his task, Osanyin replied, "You have asked me to pull the weeds, but there is no one weed here." He pointed to a plant and said, "You would have me destroy this, but this will cure ailments of the heart." He then proceeded to point out many other plants, identifying each of their spiritual qualities and medicinal uses. Urunmila was surprised that his younger brother had such deep knowledge. The leaf is his knife and his wand. Osanyin represents the two sides of herbal power. The same thing that can cure you, if used properly, can kill you, if used improperly. No leaf can fall from the tree without the authority, power, and knowledge of Olodumare. Herbalists and priests enlist the aid of Osanyin, the spirit of herbal medicines, in their walk against mental and physical illness caused by malevolent forces and individuals. The Yoruba believe the power of Osanyin is vested in a wrought iron staff, called an Osanyin staff, that is placed on altars to this orisha. The staff is composed of a circle of small birds and a shaft in the middle that elevates a large bird above smaller ones. The reason for this division could be to suggest the relaying of metaphysical powers from the celestial to the terrestrial realm. The Yoruba reference to Osanyin as the one who sees everything, like Olodumare, allowing him a vantage point from which he can protect all of humanity below. The birds, emissaries of Ogun, refer to the herbalist understanding of and power over these malevolent people. There are typically 16 birds, invoking the most sacred number of divination, surrounding and confronting the central bird, which represent the smallpox god. Osanyin, the deity of healing, credited with all knowledge of herbs, leaves and roots for medicinal purposes. The myths of origin, history, and religious beliefs of West Africa were carried by the slaves across to the Americas and the Caribbean. This factor has maintained a continuity in space and time with the original cult. To the Yoruba, health is a state in which there is a blending of physical, mental, emotional, social, moral, and spiritual well-being. To achieve this harmony, they resort to divination to find out the cause of and remedy for their illness. The traditional healers fall into 4 groups, and of these the diviner or herbalist meet the needs of anyone who is ill by providing both diagnosis and medication. Among this group are the herbalist or onishigun, who diagnose and provide the remedy through dialogue with the deity, and the Osanyin, who acquire the knowledge of herbs and the associated incantation through a system of apprenticeship. The herbs are collected by the herbalist, under whose watchful eyes the medication are prepared. Osanyin is a deity or divinity of the medical herbage. His importance is primordial, and no ceremony within the Ifa philosophy is made without his involvement. he is the one who finds the force, the vitality, and the power of performance. No divinity can pass through, without him. This power lives in several leaves and herbs, and their use is the most secret of the orisha. Every divinity has its particular leaves and plants. The use of one contraindicated leaf could have harmful effects, and harvesting is done with extreme care. In wild places, bush, or forest where plants grow freely, the plants that grow in the gardens should be discarded because the forest is the home of Osanyin. The herbalists are aware of the leaves' use interchangeably. Among them we note that there are leaves with virtues such as sheet of fortune, happiness, joy, fertility, fame, longevity, courage. But there are also leaves of misery, fever, and other even more fearsome illness. The leaves come in form of decoctions, baths of purification, which are intended to form a magic lake between the divinity and certain objects that are enshrined, including the blood of a specific animal. The employment of the leaves is fundamental, because these leaves are used to elaborate the divine power of the orisha and receives a growing force that creates a strong bond of interdependence between the worshippers. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And also know that your ancestors ain't evil.